And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to the Dice Tower. Today we're taking a look at Council of Four. Now this is a redone, re-upped version of Council of Four, originally from Cranio Creations. You can actually check out my review of the original game if you want to. And this is Simone's new version of it. Now I was very pumped. Cards on the table, when I first played Council of Four, I liked the game so much that I actually went out of my way to try to get it for a Dice Tower Essentials game. I thought it was a fantastic game. That didn't work out for various different reasons, but so I was just glad that someone reprinted it and brought it to America. These designers, I really liked a lot of what they've done, and so, man, this game is great. Let me show you. So here's the board, or one side of the board. You have these different council tracks here, and these councils are randomly put out. You're going to have different folks on the board of the different councils. There's 3 councils, each matching a section on the table, and then you have the Queen's Council over here. They're all council of 4 people. Now the goal of this game is to get the most points, and there's different ways you're going to go about doing that. On your turn, you can have one main action, and you can also take a quick action if you want to, and the quick action can come before or after your main action. One of the main actions is, you might say, I don't like this Council of 4. There needs to be more yellow on it. So you can take a yellow counselor and you add them to the end here, and you push off the green counselor. Now that changes the order of the counselor, but it also gives you 4 money, and there's a money track over here where you can go up for the money. Now all this has to take place with these cards here, because one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do acquire business permits in each of the different sections. So if I want a business permit here, there's 2 business permits up here at the top of the board. So let me show you both of these permits here. There's an FG permit and there's a G. FG allows me to put a guy in either one of these 2 cities, and G only grade in here. To get one of these 2 permits, I'm going to need to match the counselors that are here. So I need 2 yellow and 2 brown cards. So that's a main action I can take, is acquire a business permit. Now I'm playing 2 yellows, a brown, and a green. I don't have the 4 cards. I'm only going to be able to play these 3, the 2 yellows and a brown. So because I'm missing one of the cards, I also need to pay 4 coins over on the track over here. So the fewer cards you play, you always have to play at least 1 card of these group, but then you have to pay 10 coins, 2 cards, 7 coins, 3 cards, 4 coins. But if you have all 4 colors, then you have to pay no coins at all. So you're trying to match the different colors that are there. And so there's a big deck here full of the different colors that match all the different characters on the board, but there's also jokers. This matches all the colors. But when you play one of these, I mean, it's a great card to get, but you also have to pay a coin for each joker that you use. So that's the second thing you can do. When you take one of these permit tiles, you put it face up in front of you, and you also immediately get the bonus on it, 5 coins. Or here, I get 2 points, and I get to move up on the track over there, and I get 2 servants. So these are both good. This one obviously is a better tile, but it only lets me build in 1 city. The third action you can do is simply turn one of these face down and put one of your dudes in that city, or one of the cities on the thing. Each city can only have one of your colors. So once I put an orange there, I can't put another orange there. And if there's already someone in the city, so if pink wants to go in the same city later on, they're going to have to pay a servant. Servants are like a little bit of a currency that you'll be using in this game. Now whenever you go to city, you get the bonus of that city. So in this case, you can see that the bonus here gives me 3 coins. But what's really interesting is when you put one down in the city that connects to a city where you already have someone. So here you can see this gives me 3 coins, and this is going to give me a card and 3 victory points. So it accumulates as long as everything's connected. If later on orange puts one in this city here, then orange is going to get 5 coins, a card, and 3 victory points. And then maybe later on I'll connect in another city over here. And now I get to move up on a ability track. I get 5 coins, I get 3 points, and I get a card. And it just keeps growing and growing the more you place out. But that's not it. You'll notice there's different color cities on the board. Purple, orange, yellow, and blue. There's also the Queen City down here. But when you put these out in these different cities, if you're the first person to get one in both blue cities, because there's 2 blue cities, then you'll take this bonus tile here, which is worth 5 points. If you get it in all 3 orange cities, 8 points, all 4 purples, 12, and all 5 yellows, 20. Also, the first person to do it in general is going to get the Queen's bonus of 25 points. So the board itself is really bright and colorful, and of course I love the miniatures for this game. Now they come in these trays. Cool Mini tends to do stuff like this. You can keep them in here. I'll probably keep them in bags. The top tray fits on top of the tray below that, and you can see just the different ones, they all fit in there. And it even has a sheet that comes in here. It tells you how to put all the stuff in. All the other pieces fit nicely in a tray like this, where the cards are here, and then all the different pieces are like this. So again, I kind of prefer bags, but if you like these nice little trays, this one does a really good job at managing to fit everything into the box. And then the sheets themselves, explaining your actions that you could do. And I really like the artwork of this game. Overall, just really a stellar production. Well, there you have it. That's Council of 4. This game is not that complex, right? You were literally just playing cards, matching groups, but the thing about this game is it's so satisfying. There's some obvious things you can do. Hey, be the first person to build into 2 blue cities. And if you do so, you'll get you'll get to 5 points, but you'll probably get the Queen's bonus of 25 points. You can get a lot of points right off. The problem is if you build in those 2 blue cities, they're not anywhere near each other. And that's still a legitimate thing to do. You can start building in groups and be like, all right, now I'm going to go for the next smallest group, the 3 oranges, and get those. But what I like to do, and this is my preferred way, is to start off with getting almost no points at the beginning of the game, but slowly building up this poppable network, I call it. By the time you put that 9th guy, you're going, okay, I put out this guy here. Bonus cards, this, money, points, here, this. Move up on the nobility track, do this. Now I moved up on the nobility track, it lets me do this. It's so satisfying. It's fun as the game goes by, your actions get cooler if you build that network up. And this whole combo, when you place a guy and it makes this go off and this go off and this go off, and it's neat. And those different bonuses are going to be in different places each game. And in fact, the game has 2 sides of the board, so the things are in different spots. If you play on this side, you'll notice the blue cities are closer together, except they're really not because the roads, the way the roads are printed on them. But that's neat. There's some variety here between the boards. The pieces, the cover, it's kind of, I don't know how these people wear this much clothing. It just seems like it's an uncomfortable thing. But I'm not a huge fan of that artwork, but I am a huge fan of the components. I love everything looks, moving it around. The tiles are good quality. It's interesting how each individual model for you, the players, looks different. And yet this is a straight up Euro game, but it's a game that I really enjoy. I don't really know what the theming of the game is. I don't really care. But what I do like is manipulating the councils to get the cards. So you can play those cards because you're going to watch your money track go up and down. You're like, I don't need no cards. I'll play 1 card and pay the $10. I'm rich. Well, for that 1 turn. And when you buy these tiles, they give you points. And when you put out the things, they give you points. It's just like this. It just gives you these small moments of euphoria as the game goes by. It's like, boom, ooh, money, boom, ooh, money and points, boom, money, points, and moving up on a nobility track. Ooh, and I don't know, every time I take a turn, some turns there's kind of I'll change one of the council of 4 and get some money. There's some building up turns, but there's enough, look at these cool things I'm doing. And there's also the one person will score 30 points. You're like, wow, they're really far ahead. I'm ever going to catch them. Because you will. Because there's so many different ways to get points in this game. I love it. I like the original version. Thought it was fantastic with great components and stuff. This is an instant add to my collection. Council of 4, super high recommendation for me. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.